Hello and welcome. So here we are with another Chatty Scent Corner, your Saturday morning video. And today, guys, I have for you 10 different updates because there is so much going on. Like every week I start this video by telling you that there's been so many launches, and I know that you already know that, but I just can't get over the fact that every day we have not one, not two, but multiple launches and then announcements of other fragrances that are coming. Obviously, I can't bring everything to you, so what I'm doing here is actually sharing with you the ones that have really piqued my interest and that I may end up picking up or not. So today I do have 10 updates for you, but as part of those updates, I also have 3 fragrances that I've already picked up and that I will be sharing with you my first impression. But before we jump right in, if this is your first time here, I'm Arahi, and I'm your fragrance concierge because I'm totally committed to creating the best fragrance experience for you. I upload videos multiple times a week, and on this channel, we love to talk about all types of fragrances. So if that sounds like the type of content that you're interested in and like a good plan, then please consider subscribing, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget, leave a comment. Let's go. All right, guys, so before we go ahead and start, and while I wipe my little fingerprints off of the first fragrance that I'm going to give you a first impression of, I have to tell you that very interestingly enough, brands have now started to share with us that there will be a price increase. I mean, they've always done that, but I just have the feeling that this is the start of a long line of price increases that we're going to see in fragrances. This week, I think it was Navitus, if I remember correctly, and then Vivamore, that both, posted out there that there will be an increase in prices. Is the price increase considerable? No, it's not considerable. I don't even remember, but I'm pretty sure it's not even like $25 or $50 or anything like that. But, every penny adds up. So increases will definitely feel the increases at the end of the day. But anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Have you heard of any other brands that are bringing up their prices? I mean, yeah. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and start. And the first one that I have for you today is the latest from Kajal, and this one is Ruby. Now, I had shared with you several weeks ago that I had pre-ordered it, and it was supposed to launch on March 15th. Or to be shipped on March 15th. So imagine my surprise when I received a notification at the beginning of this week, like on Monday, and it said that it had shipped. So I was super, super excited. Now, guys, I have started to wear this fragrance. I'm actually testing it currently, and I should have a detailed review for you this coming week. But I wanted to give you my first impression of this fragrance. But before we even get into the first impression, take a look at this gorgeous bottle, guys. I mean, look at this. Just beautiful. And you guys know that I love to do unboxings, and typically I'll do an unboxing in one of my short videos, but I was so excited to get this fragrance testing going that I couldn't even take the time to do a short before opening the box. So anyway, so let me tell you about this fragrance. Guys, this is truly a cherry-centric fragrance. Okay, and I want you to take whatever I say today, I want you to take it with a grain of salt because I'm still in the process of testing it, and I don't want you to hold me too close to anything that I say today because I'm just going off of my first impression. But I can tell you that this is truly a cherry-centric fragrance, but at that, it has all of the DNA of a Kajal fragrance. Now, if you have any of the other Kajals, right, whether it's Dahab or Lamar, any of their fragrances, I'm sure that you would agree that there's a DNA to Kajal fragrances. And for me, it is very much led by the note of pineapple. It seems that they love the note of pineapple, and even when it's not disclosed, a fragrance that supposedly does not have pineapple, I still pick up on a little bit of pineapple, and I could be totally wrong. Now in this one, and I'm going to share with you the notes again. At the top, you have pineapple, cherry, red berries, coconut, and almond. And in the mid, you have brown sugar, whipped cream, and ice cream. And at the base, amber, tonka bean, musk, vanilla, and benzoin. Now, this is a fragrance, I am telling you, that is all about the cherry. It opens up rather fresh, but still with a very strong scent, which we've come to expect from any Kajal fragrance. But at that, it is very, very cherry centric. I'm not going to give you the details of what type of cherry am I picking up yet. Is it a dark cherry? Is it a fresh cherry? Is it a medicinal kind of cherry? I'm not going to go into all that because I really want to test it thoroughly. But I can tell you that right now I'm picking up on a very fresh, realistic, and juicy cherry in the opening. But guys, I'm testing it on skin, so please bear with me. Anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys my first impressions on Ruby. All right, guys, so the next update that I have for you is from a fragrance house that I absolutely love, but I haven't really picked up a fragrance from them in maybe a little bit over a year, and that is Canto Canto. Now, Canto Canto is a fragrance house that is under the leadership of Paolo Terenzi, who is Tiziana Terenzi's brother. And in my experience, and I own, I think, maybe 5 or 6 bottles of Canto Canto, and I absolutely love their fragrances. Not all of them, because some of them are rather complex and different, if you know what I mean. They're just not my cup of tea. But I have to tell you that I do love Cicuta, and I do love Strychnina, and there's a couple of others that I really, really love. But now there's a new one coming out, and the name of this one is Alki. Now, the one thing I can tell you is that in the Tiziana Terenzi fragrances, there is a definite DNA that if you have several of Tiziana's fragrances, you will agree that you're always going to pick up on it. Well, I find that her brother has the same thing. Like, I find not the same DNA per se, but he has a way of approaching fragrances that is very consistent across all of the fragrances in the portfolio of fragrances of Canto Canto. So let me just tell you about this one. So in the words of Canto Canto, this is an enchanted elixir that lingers between dream and reality, unlocking mysteries with every breath. Okay. Yeah, and it's about to launch. I don't think that it has launched because I try to go find it because I'm going to pick it up, but I couldn't find it. But I know that they're pretty close to launching this fragrance. And then let me tell you the notes. So are you ready? Because the other thing about Paolo is, like, when he creates a fragrance, I think he throws every single note available out there and the kitchen sink while he's at it, like all of it. So listen to this. At the top, we have Romagna Peach, Japanese Cherry Blossom, Brazilian Passion Fruit. Now you know why I have to pick it up. And Tuscan Magnolia. In the mid, we have Turkish Rose. We have Tuscan Peach Blossom, Bulgarian Rose, Ambergris, Italian Heliotrope, and Tuscan Leather. Guys, and that's just the mid, okay? Now at the base, ready? Has Romagna Mahogany, Tuscan Oak Moss, Indonesian Oud, Cambodian Agarwood, Australian Sandalwood, Madagascar Vanilla, Bourbon, and Musk. Wow. Can we say extra on the notes a bit? Yeah, I think so. But I have to tell you that I am loving it. I am here for it. I have the feeling that this is going to be a really, really good one. And guys, look at the bottle. I am just loving that bottle. Very, very beautiful. So anyway, let me know, let us all know if you had heard about this fragrance and have you tried any of the Canto Canto fragrances, because guys, I don't hear people talk much about Canto Canto, but when I pick up this one, I'm going to do a review, and then I'm also going to share with you my Canto Canto fragrances collection, and I will rank them for you. So stay tuned, because that's definitely coming. All right, guys, and here we are. Kayali has a new fragrance coming out. I'm going to give you all the details of this one. So when I first saw this, I think it was like Tuesday of this past week on Instagram, and I was like, oh my goodness, another fragrance. Oh, I wonder what she's bringing us now. And I was all excited. But then as I read the different posts that, that she had on this new fragrance, it shows very beautiful pictures. Some of them have her and her husband, and it's supposed to give you clues about what the fragrance is about, but I couldn't figure it out. So then I did a lot of homework and I landed on a page by Scent Advice, and I will include her Instagram profile in the description box of this video, because that is one that you really want to follow. Anyway, so let me tell you. So this is supposed to be a romantic, timeless, and sensual fragrance. That's what Mona said. And she also said that something royal is on its way. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. Are you guys excited about this one? But then, guys, let me tell you, because I did find the name of it. So the name is Fleur Majesty Rose Royale 31. Then let me share with you the notes. At the top, we have Mandarin Pear Peach. In the mid, we have Magnolia Rose Centifolia Violet Wood, and at the base we have a Kayali Accord. Now guys, isn't that new? Had you ever heard of Kayali having its own accord? I mean, of course they have accords because they make fragrances, but it's been disclosed as a Kayali Accord. I can't wait to try and figure out what that's all about. And then there's Ambrox Super. Ambrox, guys, so for those of you that are sensitive to ambroxan, please know that this one is not going to be for you, unfortunately, because it has Ambrox Super. And then there's Praline, Vanilla, Vetiver, and Musk. So Fleur Majesty Rose Royale. And based on the notes, guys, like Magnolia, Rose, and Violet Wood, that's just very different. I don't think that this is going to be like anything that she has launched recently or even in the past, but all I know is that I'm very excited about it. I don't know when it's going to launch, but it's coming soon, and you can expect to see it here on the channel because this is interesting. So Narcotica is launching a new fragrance very, very soon, and the name is Limonata. And I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. And in the words of Narcotica, it's supposed to be a radiant symphony of sweet, juicy mango, grapefruit, and sea. Grapefruit, mango, and sea. That to me has tropical written all over it, but I could be totally wrong. So let's see. And then they also said that it is a sun-drenched journey to the Mediterranean coast. Now, if you've been to any of the Mediterranean countries, you know there's a feel to that region. Very fabulous, by the way. Very like relaxing and reminiscent of just being chill with life, right? Well, I hope that they've translated that to the fragrance, because that's what they're committing to. Now, the pre-orders open on March 7th with a shipping date of March 17th. And of course, do I need to tell you that I'm going to get that fragrance? No, because you already know that I'm going to get it. You guys know how I feel about Narcotica, and I've talked about them here extensively on the channel, and I really, really like their gourmands because they're different. They don't smell like anything else that you may have in your collection, but this one, let me share with you the notes. So at the top, we have grapefruit, red currant, ginger, and pink pepper. In the mid, we have mango, ambroxan. Guys, I'm so sorry, but ambroxan is in here too. Marine notes, fig, and elemi. And at the base, we have moss, cedarwood, musk, and amber. So I am not sure that that's really going to be a gourmand. I think that it's going to be more of a summer fragrance, right? Like the perfect summer fragrance with an aquatic quality to it because it has sea notes. And then that ginger and the pink pepper is going to make it probably fresh, spicy. And then the grapefruit is going to probably give the fragrance a fresh and citrusy opening. You know, I could just go on. But then in the mid, it has fig. And I'm here for it. I am loving this. And it's a musk-based fragrance with some ambery quality. That's what I'm getting from the notes, but I could be totally wrong, totally wrong. So let's see when I try the fragrance, what we get from it. All right, guys. So now let's go to Middle Eastern fragrances. And we're going to start with French Avenue. So French Avenue has two different fragrances. One is called Chocolat Addict, and the other one is called Éclair Affair. Let's start with Chocolat Addict, okay? So Chocolat Addict is supposed to have top notes of chocolate. Well, the notes are chocolate, tangerine, amber, leather, and incense. Those are the notes. And, you know, this to me, I'm not sure that this is going to be like a spring summer fragrance. And I'm not even sure, you know, that it was meant to be a spring summer fragrance, but those notes like chocolate, leather, and incense on an amber base, to me, that is not giving me spring and summer, but I could be totally wrong. But anyway, it's coming soon, and expect to see it here on the channel if they either send it to me or I find it online somewhere. I've already looked and I haven't been able to find it to pick it up. Then the next one is Éclair Affair. Éclair Affair sounds a little bit more interesting to me because it has at the top coconut milk, vanilla bean, jasmine, and in the mid it has amber, caramel, and a gourmand accord. And then at the base, tonka bean, vanilla, and musk. Now, to me, that is a complete gourmand fragrance all the way, all the way. But let's see what we get from it. Let's see if it's inspired by something else. I don't know because I couldn't find any more information on it, but let's see. And yeah, expect to see it here on the channel. Again, if I can find it somewhere. Here is another update, right? So we have Fragrance World, which has two new fragrances. Now, in doing all the research that I did in preparation for this video, I couldn't find out exactly when these two fragrances were launched. All I know is that one is called Signature Pearl and the other one is called Signature Brown. Now, I don't know much about them. I could not find much information on them. It took me quite a while and quite a lot of digging to find the notes. But I can tell you that they're supposed to be available, but I haven't seen them at a US retailer yet. But let me tell you, so the one that's called Signature Pearl sounds very interesting to me. It has at the top incense, pink pepper, vine, peach, and hazelnut. In the mid, it has roses, jasmine, osmanthus, and coconut. And at the base, it has sandalwood, ambergris, and white musk. Now, this is a fragrance that I think it's going to be a gourmand. Number one, with that incense and vine as a top note. I don't know, guys. I mean, it does have coconut, it does have hazelnut, but I just don't think this is going to be a gourmand. And at that, I don't even think that this is going to be like a spring, summer appropriate fragrance. So I don't know about the timing of this launch. And again, maybe it launched a while back and it just never made it to the US, but I just saw someone talking about this one recently. So, and it was on Instagram and they were acting like it had just been launched. So I'm not sure what's going on with this collection, but let me share with you the next one also. So the second fragrance in this signature collection is the Signature Brown. And this one has at the top pepper and basil, in the mid vetiver and woody notes, and at the base patchouli and akigala wood. Okay, I could be totally wrong, but to me that sounds like it's going to be a masculine fragrance all the way. I don't know much about it. Please let us know. Had you guys heard about the Fragrance World Signature Pearl and the Signature Brown? And if you have, what have you heard? And if you know when it was really launched, if it was launched prior to now, please let us know because I just don't have much information on it, but I thought it was interesting, right? And what I am loving, guys, is these bottles. Wow, they look mighty luxurious to me. So anyway, guys, if I can find them or if they send it to me, I will definitely bring it for you and do a review. But I don't think that these are going to be spring, summer appropriate. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. I have another Middle Eastern fragrances launch, and this one is by Khadlaj. And this one is Khadlaj Private Blend. It's a collection. And in the collection right now, there's two fragrances. The first one is called Musk Ice. And it's not pure musk, because we do know that Khadlaj has one called Pure Musk. No, this one is called Musk Ice. And it is supposed to be inspired by Initio's Musk Therapy, guys. And at the top, it has bergamot and mandarin. In the mid, it has lily of the valley, peach, and orange blossom. And at the base, it has musk, mousse, and vetiver. Those notes in some respects are similar to Musk Therapy from Initio, but they're not exactly alike. So it may be a twist, but I don't know. But if I can get my hands on it, or if they send it to me, I am expecting PR from Khadlaj, but I don't know if they've included this one. So I will let you guys know, because either they send it to me or I'm going to try and get my hands on it, because guys, it's Initio's Musk Therapy, so I am very, very curious. The second fragrance in this private blend collection is supposed to be Tobac Extra. And the notes of this one are at the top. Oh my gosh, please listen to this one. This is really something. So at the top, saffron, nutmeg, and cinnamon. Hello. Did you guys hear those notes? Like saffron, nutmeg, and cinnamon. Which means that opening is going to be quite spicy. And if I had to be a guessing girl, it's not going to be fresh, because I don't see any notes that will bring freshness to it at all, because wait till I read the rest of them for you. So it's going to be warm, spicy. Then in the mid, it has tobacco, incense, and orris, guys. Now, you know this is not a spring or summer fragrance, and you definitely know that this could very well lean to the masculine side, but let's see. At the base, this is my favorite part. At the base, okay? So we already have notes like tobacco, incense, and orris. But now at the base, guys, you ready? Add patchouli, oud, and vanilla. It's a wrap. To me, this is a masculine fragrance. So for my gents that are out there, this one for sure must be for you. I am not planning to pick up this one because, guys, come on. Like, to me, that's like a given. That's a masculine fragrance. And then the first one, Musk Ice, I am very, very interested. That one, I'm going to try and find one way or the other. But Tobac, don't expect to see it here, because I'm not picking up that one. All right, guys. So the next fragrance that I have for you is a brand new launch from Dolce & Gabbana. I mean, I think that this one was launched maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, or maybe more recent, or maybe a month. I don't know, because I was minding my business. I think I was at Macy's or Nordstrom's or Bloomingdale. I don't know, guys. I was at one of those stores and I was minding my business, just sniffing around some designer fragrances. And I did pick up the YSL one and another one. But guys, I saw this one and I thought that the bottle was really pretty, like really, you know, very clean and like very aesthetically pleasing. And I just decided, oh, what the heck? Let me go ahead and sniff the fragrance. And then I applied it on skin. Now that one totally blew me away, okay? And I am speaking about L'Impératrice Royale. Have you tried this fragrance? Have you heard of anybody talk about this fragrance? Because I am about to have a video with a full detailed review of this fragrance. Wow. Can we say wow? Okay, so let me share the notes of this one with you. So at the top, it has cranberry. In the mid, it has azalea. And at the base, it has Virginian cedar. Now, guys, I am ready to give you a first impression on this fragrance. I don't want to spoil the review, but guys, this is just incredible. I mean, really, it is just incredible. So this fragrance, guys, is very fruity, okay? And a bit woody. I have to tell you, this fragrance to me is so sensually fruity, alluring. I can't even explain it because to me, fruity fragrances don't necessarily bring sensuality to the table. But guys, when I tell you, oh, there is something so like seductress kind of vibe, kind of fragrance. That's what I'm getting from this one. Like, you know, she is sweet, but watch out. That's what I'm getting. But this is an absolute love for me right now, guys. I am telling you, but please just wait for the review so I can give you all of the details. But right now I am very, very impressed. Please let us know if you've tried this fragrance because wow. And by the way, it does open with a very, very fruity, cranberry centric kind of note. I know that I don't have another fragrance in my entire collection that opens with such a vivid, juicy, fruity cranberry note. Very realistic, very, very realistic. And then it brings that woodiness. Anyway, guys, just make sure that you do not miss that review. This fragrance, guys, I was again minding my business at Sephora. I mean, just so you know, I went to pick up the latest from Viktor and Rolf, the Extreme, but the 2025 version and formulation, which I have a review coming this week of that one too. And I was just minding my business. I just went to get that fragrance and I was just walking out because I needed nothing else. And then out of the corner of my eye, I saw the 7 Virtues Clementine Dream. Guys, this fragrance, this is exceptional. I don't know, maybe I missed the memo, but this should have gone viral at this point because number one, it is so affordable. And number two, it is exquisite. I am going to have a review this week here on the channel, but I don't want to know, I need to give you my first impression of this one because wow is all I have to say. So let me go ahead and share with you the notes. So at the top you have Clementine and you have Black Currant. In the mid you have Magnolia, and at the base you have Vanilla. But you know what? They can list all the notes they want all day long because I am telling you that this fragrance is all about the Clementine. If you take a Clementine and you put it in a bottle, a fresh, juicy, of course, ripe, but just very juicy, very citrusy, sweet, perfection Clementine, and you put it in a bottle, that's what you have right here. This is so real. This fragrance is so addictive. I do pick up on the black currant, but it's like in the background, it's all about the Clementine, and then the vanilla comes in and there's a ton of vanilla here. So this one is just perfection. I don't pick up on the florals at all, by the way, because again, it's all about the Clementine and that vanilla. And this, guys, is when I tell you addictive, you're going to spray it on yourself and just sniff, 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 sniff. And while I would not necessarily call this a gourmand, it is just yummy. It is an incredibly yummy fragrance. And needless to say, perfection for the spring and for maybe the first weeks of the summer, because once it's really, 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 really hot outside, I don't think that this one is going to be a good idea because this is no joke. It is sweet and everything. And I'm telling you, it's all about that fruit and the vanilla. And both of them are a powerhouse here. But anyway, please let us know, have you tried Clementine? What are your thoughts? Yeah, just give us all of the juice that you can because we are ready to get the tea on this one. All right, guys, so that's all the updates that I had for you this week. And I hope that that was entertaining for you and that you were able to find a couple of fragrances that you are going to want to hear about in more detail. I mean, right now, guys, there's just so many new launches. And I have to say, guys, that this year, I am very, in particular, impressed with the designer fragrances that are being launched. Guys, wait till I share with you all of the designer fragrances that I have picked up. I have already shared with you a couple of them, and one of them, that Donna Karan one, oh my goodness, the vanilla essence one, cashmere and vanilla essence, I can't even, okay? But this 7 Virtues Clementine, Like the name says it is a Clementine dream. Even if you don't like Clementine, you may end up loving this fragrance because that's how incredible it is. But there's other fragrances that I will be reviewing for you very soon that have me like, whoa. Now, add to that all of these Middle Eastern fragrances that are coming out, but I think that now we need the Middle Eastern fragrance houses to come up with or launch finally all of their citrusy, fresh, fruity, floral for spring and summer, guys. Like, we're ready. Please don't give us any more tobacco and don't give us any stifling gourmands that are not suitable for spring and summer, but that's just my opinion, stepping out of that box. Now, the other ones are the niche fragrances. There's quite the number of them right now about to be launched. And there's several, as you know, that have already been launched. And there's a couple that I did think about adding to today's update, but I didn't want this video to be very long. But expect to see it during next week's update. Anyway, guys, as always, thank you so much for hanging with me today. And may you all have a wonderful weekend, wonderfully blessed and full of joy and fun kind of weekend. And I will see you all in the next video.